Hi, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please don't make it your last. Watch my other videos as well. Thank you so much for getting in here. I hope that you come back again. You know, I am Maranatha or Ene, whichever one you want to call me is absolutely fine. I don't feel so good today, and I don't know. Maybe it's just tiredness from everything that is happening in the country. I have no idea, but I know that like me, everybody else is tired. Um, it's just sad. It's sad that we live in a country where politicians don't care about us. They don't care how the policies or things that are put into place affect us as a nation. They don't care for the welfare of its people. And over again, they've consistently continued to show that they don't really rate us, right? But what is even more sad to see is the blatant lie that they tell Nigerians. So how do you say that you released about 3.5 trillion, I think, and yet Nigerians are not able to get money? The first time I had this issue was about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I went to, I always send my review copies to a bookstore, and I had no cash on me, and the delivery guy had said to please, I needed cash. He was having issues with his bank, and I decided to go and withdraw from this person. This was my first time withdrawing from him because the people I would usually withdraw from were not available. So I went to this guy, and he blatantly looks at me and he said, per 1,000 naira charge is 200 naira or so. I can't remember the calculation he did, but I was so mad. At that point, I hadn't even heard that a couple of places they were taking an extra charge for the new currency. I didn't know that. It was later in the day that one of my work colleagues had texted me to say, wow, this thing has gotten really bad. I had to pay like extra charges to get the new notes, and it's just preposterous. How do you, like, the country is already hard as it is. Nothing is working as much as we want it to work, but you have decided that you're going to frustrate the life of Nigerians, and this is just weeks to the presidential elections. And then the president had the effrontery to come and endorse a person who, in all regard, does not have what it takes to lead a nation as big as Nigeria, simply because you feel you've done a lot of godfatherism. Thus, it is your time to become the president. And what is even more sad is the fact that there are viable youths like you and I, millennials, who stand solidly behind this man, irrespective of the fact that he keeps making a mockery of himself and the entire nation at large. It's just, I don't know. And then on Saturday, we had to go to my sister's school, and for a weird reason, I was thinking my dad was going to get provisions. My dad also thinking I was going to get provisions because we had spoken earlier on, and we had both lamented about the naira situation. So there is no old notes. You asked us to return our old notes to our banks. We did that, and then the new notes were not in circulation, right? And then in order for us to get those new notes, we have to pay almost twice what we were paying initially to get this money. Now, if you go to the banks, some banks do not dispense um, more than 10,000 naira. And I think one of my colleagues got 2 hours late to work on Monday because she also wasn't able to get money. And the queue is as long as River Nile. So how do you expect people to function? Minimum wage in the country is shit. There is no fuel. There is no money. So, and then the prices of foodstuff hiked. So how exactly do you want people to function? And then the CBN governor is there telling us stories of how he gives every brand 30 million naira. Are you freaking kidding me? I heard of a bank where the bank officials had to come out to withdraw money for themselves. And it's just I don't understand it. Are we not beyond all of these trivial issues? I was speaking to a friend last night. She's in the UK, and she said that there's a lot going on that it almost feels like the world is coming to an end. And I told her, it feels like the world is coming to an end only in Nigeria and maybe Turkey, for instance, because they had a very serious earthquake in their country. But then there are countries who are actually doing okay for themselves. Everything is moving on fine. So why can't ours be as good as that? It's just I don't understand it, for goodness sakes. I don't get it. If you are planning to roll out a policy because you feel like you want to curb hoarders, people who hoard money for the electoral processes, for bribes, it's a good thing because right, we started finding out that there were a couple of persons who had bags and bags of money hidden away for only God knows what, right? Very good policy. But how is it that you introduce a new currency in November and then by January you expect that everything was going to move as smoothly? There was supposed to be at least 6 months. 6 months of this process to enable people get accustomed to this thing and enable everybody get used to it. But now election is in less than 2 weeks. And then in less than 2 weeks you are asking people to come out and vote with hunger and not being able to take money for. It's somehow. And it takes me back to where my mom would usually say, I'd rather keep my money in my bag at home than keep my money in a bank where I know I would go back to ask for my money and you're telling me to sign, queue, or worse still, network is not good and you can't take your money or you can't use your money. And if you're saying you want to make the country work on cashless policy, then the banking network should, like, I don't get it. Is it like they had a meeting and they all decided all at once that since there are no more old notes, new notes will be scarce, and then the banking network will be shit? How do they want us to function? And time again, it keeps taking us back to know people everywhere so that you don't fall a victim to Nigeria. And the other day, a friend of mine ended up getting money from me, right? And after getting this money, I wasn't able to transfer to her. It took me more than 30 minutes to an hour to be able to do transfer of my own money. How? Why? So in essence, are you advising people to withdraw all they have and keep it in their homes? How will it foster our economy? How will it foster businesses? Currently, I have a colleague who is supervising a project, and you know how these guys are. Some of them don't own bank accounts. You have to pay them in cash, and he's telling me that per day, per withdrawal, he keeps withdrawing about, I think, 5,000 naira, and it's preposterous. How we're able to get money to my sister for visiting day in secondary school that day was a miracle. per 5,000 naira, this niggas gave me 3,750 naira. What am I supposed to do with that? That's a whooping 1,250. Why? You know, I was going to have issues with the POS guys, and then I realized, in as much as some of them are just being ridiculous, right? I realized that some of them actually pay to get this money from the bankers. And then there are bankers who are holding this money and selling them off to them. Which brings me to the point of, when you point an accusing finger at the president of the country, or at your governors, or at your senator, your House of Rep rather, right? And you point fingers at them, telling them that they are not doing their work or doing exactly what they ought to be doing. I just feel we are all hypocrites. A lot of us Nigerians are hypocrites. You would not do better if you were in that position, because everybody will be fighting for themselves. I wanted to take a bike yesterday to go and get something, and this nigga looked at us and told us 600 naira. We told him not to worry, that I should go. Only for him to now say, ah, na hustle now. You know the state is happen for country. How exactly? What exactly is happening in the country? If you feel Nigeria is frustrating you, do you think that we don't also get frustrated by the system? So it is the idea that most people are criminals in this country, and the only reason why they haven't shown themselves or what they truly are is because they haven't gotten an opportunity to do that. If not, if you keep an everyday Nigerian, right, and you tell them, yo, even if fuel that is a problem, now if you give them and say, take this fuel, they will charge times 2 of it, because they feel like an opportunity has come for them to reap where they did not sow, basically. So I don't know. It's just how, and from the way it looks like this is not even going to end anytime soon until probably the elections. It now begs the question: would people actually be willing to go out to cast their votes? Now we are also getting reports that the one of your presidential candidates is the one responsible for giving out the order for NSARS, and yet people are still clamoring to vote for him. Are we not stupid in this country? When are we going to get smart? When are we going to start thinking for ourselves? When? We need to do better. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.